it going? Still wearing the same shirt. I love these sweatshirts. So I have a couple of these. They're Lulu. I don't even remember what they're called. They're Lulu sweatshirts. Soft something. I'll put it down below. All right, you guys. What were we here for? OPI Spring. We're here for OPI Spring. We're reviewing the OPI Spring collection today. I've already reviewed the OPI Spring Infinite Shine collection, so if you guys are interested in checking out my review on that, make sure you check it out. Make sure you check it out. These polishes were sent to me compliments of Beyond Polish. I have a code with Beyond Polish if you guys are interested in using that. The code is BIV10 for 10% off. It is an affiliate code, so I do earn a small commission on it, and I appreciate. Hi, Lola. Hi, baby. Do you want to come say hi? Do you want to come say hi? Say hi. They can't see you. They can't see you, baby. They can't see you. Hi. All right, you guys. This is the longest intro in the life of intros. You can see Lola. Lola. You can see Lola back there. Just walking around, wagging that tail. Hi, baby. Hi. I love this girl so much. She's literally the best. All right, you guys, let's get right into these polishes. Okay, so first up here we have Self-Made. The S is a $sign on this one. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous green cream that applies so amazingly well. It has a fabulous formula. We still have that OPI brush, which you guys know I'm not a super huge fan of, but the polish does go on very easily. And I do have a cold, so excuse my voice. Getting right into the polish in different lighting. Here you can see how it looks under my studio lighting, and then outdoors in the sunlight. And then here you can see how it looks indoors with no special lighting. And comparisons. And I also do have a blood blister on my pointer finger. I smashed it in a door, so that's something else you're gonna have to deal with for this video. But at least I finally got it up. Okay, so first up here we have Essie Along for the Vibe, then Essie Pretty Peculiar. And Essie Pretty Peculiar does look different here, but you won't notice the difference if you're wearing them separately. You're not going to be wearing these polishes next to each other, so if you have Pretty Peculiar, you probably don't need Self-Made unless you want to pick it up. And then OPI My Dog Sled is a hybrid, is a different shade of green. Next up here we have Zoya Ness, and then Essie First Timer and Essie Expressi So Matcha Energy. I would say Zoya Ness is the closest here. And again, you probably won't be able to tell the difference between Zoya Ness and Self-Made when worn as a mani. Okay, next up here we have Essie Not So Natural, is a different shade of green. Essie Scowl is actually very similar, but that one was hard to find. I believe it was from a midsummer collection quite a few years ago. And then Essie Jade It Happen is also a different shade of green. And then last but not least, we have Essie Expressi Express to Impress was lighter, and Essie Gel Couture Bling It was a different shade of green. Okay, and then OPI actually posted this on their Instagram, and it just showed different recommended combinations for the polishes in this collection. So they did recommend applying Glitterally Shimmer over Self-Made. So here you can see how that polish combo looks. I don't love toppers, but I love Glitterally Shimmer and a few of the other toppers in this collection. I just love the way this topper applies over another polish. It's nice and even, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, next up we have Without a Pout. Without a Pout is a cool toned pink. This is the perfect pink for spring. Do we have shades of pink that look like this? Most likely everybody has a shade of polish that looks exactly like this, but you can never have too many pinks. I do highly recommend picking this one up. It applies super easily, great formula, great color. What more can you ask for? Here you can see how the polish looks in different lighting. So we have it in studio lighting, and then outdoors in the sunlight. And then here you can see how it looks indoors with no special lighting. Comparisons. First, I pulled out OPI Big Bow Energy. I thought that was going to be a dupe, but you can see it is a tad bit darker. OPI Strawberry Margarita was a different shade of pink, and then Hi Barbie was a tad bit different as well.
Next up here we have Essie Pencil Me In. Was pretty close. Essie The Fuchsia Is Bright was a bit darker, and Essie I'll See You Later was a bit darker as well. And then the OPI Instagram post recommended applying Glazed N Amused over Without a Pout, and that's a fabulous recommendation. I really love what Glazed N Amused does to Without a Pout. Next up is Buttafly. Buttafly is a pale yellow with shimmer in it. I will say that you can't really see the shimmer on the nail unless you're looking really close, and this polish does take quite a few coats to build up. I would say it's a 3 to 4 coater. The coats do apply really easily. They dried pretty quickly, but it's still a lot of coats for a pale yellow when you still can't see the shimmer. Here you can see how the polish looks in different lighting. So here we have it under studio lighting, and then outdoors in the sunlight, and then here you can see how it looks indoors with no special lighting. Moving along to comparisons, here we have OPI Meet a Boy Cute as Can Be. That one was a little bit lighter. OPI Behind the Scenes was darker, and then Olive Ave Sunshine was a tad bit brighter. Next up we have Love by Essie's on the brighter side. That one was lighter. Essie Sunny Business had more shimmer slash glitter, and then Essie Expressy Busy Beeline was a different shade of yellow. OPI recommended applying Glitterally Shimmer over Buttafly, and I actually feel like Buttafly in 2 to 3 coats, plus Glitterally Shimmer would be the perfect combination. Next up is Verified. Verified is described as a bold and brilliant blue that'll make your nails pop with stunning and smart vibes. I kind of don't necessarily get the stunning and smart vibes, but I do love this color. This is a great polish. It's an easy 2-coater. So a fabulous formula, another fabulous color, and I highly recommend picking this one up. Here you can see how the polish looks in different lighting. So here we have it outdoors in the sunlight, indoors under studio lighting, and then indoors with no special lighting. I have a lot of comparisons here, so getting right into those. Here we have OPI Can't Control Me. That actually has some shimmer in it, and it's a tad bit darker. Essie Tulips Touch is a different shade of blue. Essie Ripple Reflect is a different shade of blue as well. Next up, we have Essie Don't Burst My Bubble, Orly Blue Iris, and then Olive Ave Genie. I would say Olive Ave Genie is probably the closest here. And then here we have Essie Bikini So Teeny, Essie Expressy Skate with Destiny, and OPI Can Pie OPI. And I would say Essie Bikini So Teeny is probably the closest there. I need to get a new bottle of that because that polish was uber streaky. And then OPI did recommend putting Suga Cookie over Verified. So here you can see me applying Suga Cookie over Verified. And once again, another combination that I absolutely love. Next up, we have Apricot AF. Apricot AF is described as a juicy orange shade tinged with a hint of pink. I don't really see any pink here. Definitely an orange shade. It's a very peachy, almost cantaloupe-y orange shade. I did do 3 coats on this polish. You could probably get away with just doing 2 coats, but I wanted to do that 3rd coat for full opacity. You could still see my nail line after the 2 coats. This polish was okay. It applied nicely. Not my favorite, but not my least fave. Here you can see how the polish looks in different lighting. So here you can see it outdoors in the sunlight, indoors under my studio lighting, and then indoors with no special lighting. Getting right into comparisons, I compared OPI 24 Carats from their Infinite Shine line, OPI Corralling Your Spirit Animal, and then OPI Trading Paint. So you can see how all of those compare. I would say corralling, I never know which way to say that. It's a coral polish, so I'm going to say Corralling Your Spirit Animal is probably closest. And then here you can see Essie Soak Up the Sun was brighter. Peachside Babe was more peach, and Essie Love All Game was a bit brighter. And then OPI recommended applying Snatch'd Silver over Apricot AF. And applying this topper over Apricot AF makes me like Apricot AF a lot more. I love this topper over this polish. Next up, we have Spice Up Your Life. And I don't get why we have polished colors like this in spring collections. I'm never going to wear this color in the spring. I will only wear this polish in the fall. Anybody else out there that's like that? So this is described as a warm and spicy brown that's sure to add flavor and excitement. Taking inspiration from exotic and adventurous spices that tantalize the senses, it gives you that ready to spice up your life feeling. And this one also had a terrible brush on it. You can see the bristles on this brush are just really wonky. So that made this polish even worse. It's an easy two-coater, great formula, but I'm just not a fan of the color. Here you can see how the polish looks in different lighting. So indoors under my studio lighting, indoors with no special lighting, and then outdoors in the sunlight. And comparisons, here we have Essie Coconuts for You. Essie Paintbrush It On was probably the closest. And then Essie Midnight Delight was darker. And then I pulled out Essie Expressy Fueled Up, was somewhat close but not quite as orange. I compared it to OPI Material Gworl from this collection, and then Essie On the Bright Sider, and you can see no dupes there. And then here you can see I'm applying the topper that OPI recommended. This is Glitter over Spice Up Your Life, and I do like this combination. I still will not wear this orange topper anytime but in the fall, but I do love this combination for fall. And then next up we have Material Gworl, and the description for this polish says it's a dark brown cream that's nothing but fabulous. And this is another one. I don't understand why polish companies release colors like this during the spring, but I will definitely wear this in the fall. So if you're a fan of this color of polish in the fall, I definitely recommend picking it up now because it has a fabulous formula. It's almost a one coater and it's a really pretty brown. Here you can see how the polish looks in different lighting. So outdoors in the sunlight, indoors in my studio lighting, and then here you can see it indoors with no special lighting. Getting right into comparisons. Here we have OPI Endless Sunner, has more orange in it. Orly Canyon Clay is a little bit lighter, and then China Glaze Loves You a Latte is probably the closest, but I would say it's not a dupe. It's a tad bit more red. And then here we have OPI Cliffside Karaoke is darker. Essie Expressy Cold Brew Crew was pretty similar, but it's a tad bit lighter. And then Zoya Collins, same thing. It's similar, but it's a tad bit lighter and more red. Then I pulled out OPI Espresso Your Inner Self so you can see how that compares. And then I wanted to see how Glitterally Shimmer would look over Material Gworl because I feel like that combination would be perfect for fall. So here you can see those two polishes together, and I love this look for fall. And then of course I had to show you what Glitterally Shimmer looks like on its own. Glitterally Shimmer's description says, this is a clear glazed nail polish with a gold iridescent shimmer. And to be honest, I love this polish on its own just as much as I love it as a topper. This builds up to be pretty opaque in two coats, and it's so pretty on the nail. Here you can see how it looks in outdoor lighting, and then indoor lighting under my studio lights, and then here you can see it indoors under no special lighting. Okay, next up, this is Glitter. This is described on the Beyond Polish website. It says, it's a vibrant and sparkling yellow that's impossible to ignore. OPI took inspiration from the sun's warmth, making this glittery shade radiate happiness and energy, ensuring you will shine wherever you go. I definitely don't think it's a yellow. I feel like it's definitely an orange. It's a super pretty orange that actually builds up pretty well on its own in two coats. And I'm definitely going to be wearing this one again in the fall. Here you can see how it looks in indoor lighting under my studio lights, and then outdoor lighting, and then here you can see it indoors under no special lighting. And you can see a couple of my nails. You can really see the nail line on this one in two coats, so maybe you do need a third coat. So I would say it is a 2 to 3 coater. Here you can see comparisons. We have Essie Don't Be Spotted is brighter. OPI Mango for it is also brighter, and then Zoya Esme has more pink in it. Next up is Snatch'd Silver. Snatch'd Silver is described as, well, the OPI website says it's a silver sheer glitter that'll snatch any color you layer it on, which is actually kind of a funny description. It says, clearly this white iridescent shimmer glaze knows how to make any color you layer it on pop. And I did 2 coats for this one. I thought it built up nicely in 2 coats. You can definitely still see the nail line, but I actually don't mind seeing my nail line with this polish. Here you can see how it looks in different lighting. So you can see it under my studio lights, outdoors in the sunlight, and then here you can see it indoors with no special lighting. And then I applied this polish over black, and it's really pretty over black, but my swatching there was really, really terrible. And then next up is Suga Cookie. Suga Cookie is described as a sheer layer of purple glitter. This is a very light purple. It actually builds up pretty nicely as well. I did 2 coats here and I love the way it looks. This polish literally glows on your nails. Here you can see how it looks in different lighting. So under my studio lights, outdoors in the sunlight, and then indoors with no special lighting. And then last but not least is Glazed N Amused. Glazed N Amused is such a gorgeous topper. This is described as a pink pearl sheer nail polish that can be layered over any color. Here I applied it just over my bare nail. I don't love the way it looks over by my bare nail, to be honest. I love it topped over other polishes, but here you can see it in different lighting. So indoors with no special lighting, and then under my studio lights, and then here you can see it outdoors in the sunlight. And then I put it over black. This is another swatching nail fail, but I still wanted to show you guys what it looked like over black.
All right, guys, what did you think of this collection? Let me know in the comments down below, and then stay tuned. I have more polishes coming for you guys. All right, I hope you have an absolutely fabulous morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is. Make it great. All right, love you guys. Bye.